Hello. If you know history correctly, the future becomes clear. Today, let's consider the three main themes of Seung-man Rhee's book, The Spirit of Independence. Seung-man Rhee's passion did not fade even in prison. As mentioned before, after meeting God in Hanyang prison, he evangelized to 40 people. Pastor Lee Ho wrote that Seung-man Rhee became the evangelist king, who evangelized 40 people in prison. He also established a school and a library in prison, and took care of the sick. He immersed himself in reading and honed his English skills. At the same time, he was compiling an English-Korean dictionary that included English, Hangul, and Hanja. Then, in 1904, the Russo-Japanese War broke out. This war was about whether Russia or Japan would take over Korea. King Gojong and Queen Min of Korea predicted that Russia would win the Russo-Japanese War. They were reaching out to Russia at that time. What was the result? Russia lost to Japan. Seung-man Rhee knew that the people of Korea needed to awaken, to preserve their independence. To awaken the people, the cry of a forerunner was needed, and young Seung-man Rhee in prison received that historical call. On February 19, 1904, a 29-year-old prisoner began writing in Hanyang prison. In that book was The Spirit of Independence. Pastor Lee Ho, the author of God's Miracle, the founding of South Korea, summarizes the themes discussed in The Spirit of Independence into three main points. The first is the belief in democracy. In the preface of The Independent, Seung-man Rhee wrote, "Most people in our country who are above the middle class or no Chinese characters are corrupt and tainted by wrong customs, and there is no hope, and the people around them are similar." This was a sharp criticism of the ruling class at the time. Rhee realized that the future of the country depended on awakening the people. Rhee continues to say, "My sincere hope is that our country's ignorant, lowly, young, and weak brothers and sisters will awaken themselves, act correctly, lead others, and change the national spirit day by day. Improve customs, transform from below, sprout from corruption, and come alive from death." The second theme is the importance of education. If the people, the owners of the country, remain ignorant without education, there is no hope for the country. Rhee laments, there is not a single book to awaken the people, and they have never been taught a word, so how can we expect them to awaken themselves? Here, Rhee says, no matter how diligently you study new knowledge, you will not gain its effectiveness, and no matter how hard you work for diplomacy, you will not develop a solid relationship. Even if you cherish the sovereignty of the country, you will not reach an equal status with the advanced countries of the West, and even if you respect moral obligations, the social atmosphere will not be consistent, and if you value freedom, you will face difficulties without knowing the limits of freedom. Therefore, we must make Christianity the foundation of all our work, become people who work for others more than ourselves, support our country with one heart, and do our best to reach the same level as Britain and America, and then let's all meet in heaven. In the end, Rhee concludes that all these things are in vain, if not based on Christianity. After thinking, researching, and agonizing in prison, he concluded that Christianity and the gospel were the answers, and only within this gospel could change occur, and the right leaders for the country emerge. The third theme is the idea of Christianity entering the country. Seung-man Rhee argues that it is useless to only develop skills without managing our hearts properly. If the people with the wrong mindset become the leaders, they will only create a wrong world, even if they are educated. Regarding what should be used to correct the heart, Rhee says, people in civilized countries of the world take Christianity as the foundation of society, and as a result, even the general public has reached a high moral level. Our country is trying to rise from its fallen state and sprout from decay, but without taking Christianity as the foundation, even if we contact the whole world, we will not gain true benefits. In essence, Rhee concludes that everything is in vain, if not based on Christianity. After much thought, research, and agony in prison, he concluded that Christianity and the gospel were the answers. True Christian faith can make people responsible and set the country right. There may be misunderstandings about Seung-man Rhee due to preconceived notions. However, studying Rhee reveals that his encounter with God in Hanyang prison and his idea of establishing the country based on Christianity were shaped by God's people, the missionaries sent by God. Rhee had a lot of interest in English at Beiji Academy, but was opposed to Christian worship. His life in Hanyang prison was indeed a remarkable change. From the perspective of the failing Joseon, Rhee might not have been of any help, but for the founding of South Korea, he was an invaluable presence. There are still people filled with misunderstandings and distrust towards Rhee. In Pastor Lee Ho's book, there is a person named Yu Young-ik, who analyzed thousands of primary sources about Rhee and produced new academic results. Yu's motivation to apply for political science was due to his anger at Rhee's wrong politics. Yu encountered a new perspective while studying Rhee in the United States. Pastor Lee Ho quotes Yu's words, "It was the 1960s when I was studying at Harvard University. In the United States, I was quietly surprised by the extraordinary historical and world views of young Seung-man Rhee while reading his first book, The Spirit of Independence, at the Yenching Library. To be honest, it was more impressive than the historical and world views of Park Yoon-sik or Shin Chai-ho from the same era. Then, as I focused on the modern history of Korea in the late 19th century, I inevitably had to revise my fixed notions about President Seung-man Rhee during the April 19th revolution, compared to major figures in late 19th century Korean history Hyungsin Daewon-gun, Go-jong, Empress Myeongseong, Kim, Ok Gi-yoon, Park Young-hyo, Seo Jae-pil, Yoo Gil-jun, Yoon Chi-ho, Choi Jae-woo, Joan. Bong Joon-ri's insights and actions at the time were outstanding. I, too, as the creator of this video, had negative thoughts about Ri. Similar to many people, but studying Ri, I came to understand God's plan and purpose through him. And I realized Ri's excellence and greatness. Depending on the knowledge one encounters, views on Ri can change. To those watching this video, I encourage you, not to stay with the knowledge you have heard about Seung-man Ri, but to study and research President Ri directly. Then you will be able to understand God's providence through him. In such a barren land, God sent missionaries to spread the gospel, and the fruit of this gospel appeared through Seung-man Ri. Through him, we began to dream of a country where we could pray, sing praises, and worship. Therefore, for all believers and citizens living in this land, this country is like a gift from God. It is a country that we must cherish, love, and protect. We also feel the mission to make this country even more beautiful, a holy nation that brings joy to God.